Hey, hi, hello, and welcome back to this week's hashtag Spill the Beans. I'm Tara Priolo. I'm your resident white-facing, biracial, multi-passionate musician, and I talk about the ish that nobody wants to talk about and push you to do the same. This is a once-a-week chat where we talk about everything under the sun, from music to activism and back again, because the world deserves liberation, child. The world deserves to be free. If you've never been here before, or haven't been here for a few weeks, I have a baby now. And so sometimes the baby is grumpy. The baby's been grumpy all the day today. I'm hoping that this will be short enough that the baby is not grumpy. So we're just going to let that be. But if you see the baby being grumpy, it's okay. Just hang in there. Okay? Today we're going to talk about something that I found in a video this morning. I am... those of you that have been in my stories, which if you're not in my stories, I don't know what you're doing with your life. This is where, thank you, Tara. This is where I do a lot of the work and give you opportunities to join in the work. You know what I'm saying? More things coming soon. But anyway, I did some lives back when George Floyd, I didn't finish. Gosh, y'all, be a mom. Just know you're going to have mom brain and forget what you were saying. The baby is my access need. That is true. I'm a mom first. I'm pulling down some of these videos that I did back during the uprisings and the aftermath of the murder of George Floyd here in Minneapolis. And I'm going to piece them. And for one of them, it is because there were some things that are insidiously anti-Black and anti-trans. And then for this one, I just think it's really important, and some of the messages that I have radicalized into saying more often are in there. Anywho, the one I found this morning, also I totally just thought there was a monkey in my tree. It's a squirrel, y'all. It's a squirrel. Don't worry, there's no monkeys in Minneapolis. Well, there are probably monkeys in Minneapolis, but they're not in my tree. It's a squirrel. Anywho, this is what I get for doing Spill the Beans outside, okay? Okay. Oh, I love the heart. Thank you. So, this morning, the video this morning, Surviving and Thriving, we love it. We love the survive and thrive. Survive and thrive. I was yelling kindly about the murder of, I believe it was Rayshard Brooks at the, y'all remember? Do I need to set the stage? I think y'all in the comments probably remember who Rayshard Brooks is. But if you don't know, he was a drunk person in a car parked at a Wendy's, and the police killed him. That's really all you need to know. 3 weeks after George Floyd, because that's where we're at in the timeline, 4 years ago, right? And in this video, where I was just frustrated and saying the things that I say today, which is like, you cannot become complacent. You have to talk about it when someone has not just been murdered. You have to talk about these things when we are at relative peace, when we are not watching 5 genocides, 6 genocides, 7 genocides, all of these tragedies happening on the earth in front of us, live streamed to our phones, like I am coming to you right now, right? And although those times are few and far between, when we relax, that's usually when things happen, right? And so I was really frustrated in this video, but one of the things that I said was, your discomfort does not absolve you of your racism. Your discomfort does not absolve you of your racism. And I think some people think that their discomfort gets them like a free pass. Y'all see the shadow? It's because there's a robin trying to build a nest. I think that some people use discomfort as a reason to stop learning or to stop looking inward, because what I have radicalized into being a part of the many organizations that I am part of, but as I have delved further into DEI work, is that it starts with us. And so what makes us uncomfortable, what makes us have discomfort in this work, is looking in on ourselves and realizing that we are perpetuating some of the things that we proclaim to be against, right? And again, it can be insidious. And that's really hard. And I think some people, when they get, it could be a little uncomfortable. It could be just really, really uncomfortable, decide that that's a reason to not go forward because they don't want to look further in on themselves. They don't want to confront those things. And the thing that I want to encourage today is that there are people out there that can help you move through that. There are books, there are things. P.S. Don't read White Fragility. If you're white and you're watching this later, because the people in the room are not white. If you're white and you're watching this later, don't read White Fragility. Go find a book by a black person or an indigenous person or a AAPI person. Go find a book that is not by a white person, okay? Because in almost every book about racism by a white person, you're going to find anti-blackness. You're going to find just anti-rhetoric somewhere in there. You're going to find it. I can guarantee it. But there's people out there to help you. There's books out there to help you. There's journals out there to help you. There are communities out there to help you move through your discomfort so that you're not using your discomfort as an excuse for your racism. That's all. There are people out there. And talk through your discomfort, right? We were talking about this in my stories probably last week, 2 weeks ago, last week maybe, about how, and maybe I did it in a Spill the Beans, but this is a long Spill the Beans show. But hey, the baby's quiet, so we'll take advantage of it. Where was I going to go? Mom brain. We were talking in my stories about how, this was actually yesterday's Spill the Beans that I reposted, how we tend to let things distract us in this work. And what I was specifically talking about was news sources and how every news source, regardless of bias, is going to be right twice a day. At some point, they're going to be right. Drunk mouths speak sober hearts. Every story has a nugget of truth somewhere at the bottom, right? Now, it can be painted in racism. It can be painted in progressiveness. It can be painted in liberalism. It can be painted in all of these things, right? The way the story is told. But there is an essence of truth somewhere in there. So stop letting it distract you on picking the right source, right? Stop doing that. It just delays the work. So don't let the fear of discomfort delay your personal journey in order to become anti-racist, in order to speak about racism to your white dominant spaces, right? That's not for people of color. That's not for Black, Indigenous, and other people of color, other people of the global majority. That is for white people specifically, right? You don't have to be a finished product to go out there. All right. I might turn that into something next week for music. We'll see. We'll see what we're talking about. Anyway, that's all for Spilled Beans. Continue to be anti-racist. Be safe. Wear a mask. I love y'all hardcore. Oh, I didn't say it. Make good trouble. Do good work. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.